If you enjoyed this video, head on over to teespring.com where you can get some holiday themed merch for all of my logos and specifically some Halloween themed merch. Use code NUTWEEN24 for 20% off.
Hello, I am Peanut, and welcome back to Perceptions of the Dead number 2. It's been a while since I played because I beat the first story for it, and now we're at the sequel. Hopefully my sound is on. And now we're going to do the second story, Undercover Undead. Tyrone and Jill investigate a series of suspicious disappearances with the help of Tulip. Is it still murder if it's a ghost that dies? Maybe. Let's play. Content warning: self-harm, cyberbullying, and suicide. Well, this is gonna get dark. Please take care of yourself. Well, that's one way to do it.
Where am I?
You're a little loud in my ear, madam.
You are in custody.
And who are you?
I am with the government. But you can see who I am without even trying, can't you?
Well then.
More like what?
I concede that point.
What do you want? I just want to go home.
Yes.
No. I'm afraid we can't let you do that.
You sound like Nicolas Cage.
Not after that stunt you tried to pull in Misty Mornings.
Stunt? Stunt? Do you have any idea what I was trying to do?
No.
In fact, I do. I know more about it than you, in point of fact. Including the flaws in your design. Heavy stuff, the guys in R&D tell me. This was not the novicery of an acolyte.
Well
You
then.
should know. I'm very impressed.
Okay.
Thanks, I guess.
I am not easily impressed.
I mean, the design wasn't wholly original.
Well then.
I rebuilt the original ritual from old photos of the Rookards ritual. The alterations were supposed to end the spell, which didn't originally include a condition for it.
Yes, I see those. Well done. Too bad you didn't realize the damage you did to the spell in implementing those elements. Made the damn thing lethal.
Oh.
A moment of silence passed.
In the end, I suppose things turned out for the best. No one ended up dead, and by luck you had someone fix your little nuclear bomb of a ritual. The residual explosion even had the added benefit of covering up the evidence of your attempt.
Well then.
You've had a cleaner operation on purpose.
A pause.
Well, that's not true. But it's nice not having to do a cover-up. So, as they say, no harm, no foul.
Another lingering moment of silence clung to the air, stagnating the already stale confines of the room.
Okay. So, does that mean I get to go?
No, it does not.
No harm, no foul is no more than a joke. Believe me when I say that I can't let someone with your potential just walk about unchecked. But in the same breath that I am binding your hands, I shall offer you an olive branch. You are a dangerous woman. An acolyte who thinks she's special because she can piece together old ritual work and make a half-assed attempt at modifying it. Do you know how many people I have working for me with that level of ability?
None.
Probably a lot.
None. I'd like you to fill that role. I'd like to offer you a job.
You want me to work for you? But I already have a job.
You can keep doing that. After all, so does Miss Count.
Miss Count?
Jill Count. I'm sure you're familiar with her.
She works for you?
In a way.
Well then.
I'm in.
Angry.
Let's do this.
You poked
You know
your
what you
button.
got. I'm on it. Anything she can do, I can do twice as fast and twice as well.
Within that black cowl, there was the sensation of a smile.
Wonderful. I like that gumption. I'll bring you the case.
I swear this dude sounds like Nicolas Cage. I highly doubt it's Nicolas Cage, but
Wait, I thought I was gonna be like out hunting ghosts and stuff, like Jill. I mean,
Kiki took a moment to look away, somewhere distant where her eyes could not follow.
I'm pretty sure I'd be better at it than her.
Perhaps in your own way you would, but Miss Count possesses a certain ability to resolve her cases peacefully. That seems intrinsic to her very nature.
Clearly you haven't ever seen her play Overwatch. She's a Genji main.
Fail. The spook did not respond.
Yeah, I bet you're a Reaper main.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Break room is down the hall, bathroom beside it.
I don't think I've ever actually played Overwatch. I just haven't had the money for it.
You're free to anything you find in the fridge. Let's get to work, shall we?
Sure.
Hell, the only reason I downloaded Apex is because it was free. Here we go again on my own.
Good morning, gals and ghouls. It's me, yo girl, Jill Count. And to all you dead dudes and accolades out there, we've got a very special broadcast for you today. Accolades? Acolyte ladies? Not my best pun. Back to the subject.
I still find it funny.
Ghost hunting. Not in like a most dangerous prey kind of way. It's more of a ghost investigation, really.
Hmm.
And not like I'm gonna go grab my neutron pack and go blasting away at wild ghosties.
Jill, it's a proton pack.
Proton pack, whatever. It's all nonsense. Practical uses of subatomic particles. So yeah, if you haven't already picked up on it, I'm not going alone. We have the terrifically talented Tyrone taking the lead for today's tirade.
So many T's.
He's not terrible talkative.
I just don't like being on camera.
That's fair. You're causing more distortion than Owen when I pointed at you.
Yeah, I do that. Or I do now, anyway.
I don't suppose this would be a good time to ask you a little about your perspective of the events from Misty Mornings?
I'd rather not talk about it.
It happened.
Owen, where's your ghost?
I wrote him right here! Which one?
The one not stuck in a phone.
Oh,
Jill looked around. It only took her a moment to find Owen exiting the shop. He held a bright pink box in his hands and quickly floated, in a less literal sense for once, up to the searching pair.
Got cupcakes for us.
Yay, cupcakes!
Owen, please don't tell me you stole those.
Whoa, rude, bro. I paid in cash.
Owen pulled out a thick brown cupcake topped with sugar and twice the frosting it probably needed, and handed it to Jill.
Caramel for you, Jill, and strawberry for Tyran.
I prefer chocolate.
Owen quickly swapped the pink cupcake for a chocolate one and handed it to Tyrone.
Hey, strawberry for me then.
Tyrone was paying Owen a lot of attention as the ghost began to eat.
That is not normal. Most powerful ghost I've ever met, and you use it to eat. I don't know what's weirder, that or the speed at which he recovered. When I met him at the hospital, I thought to myself, it would be mere days before he was just gone.
Yeah, apparently it's got something to do with the fact I'm a medium.
Well then. Tyrone's eyes fell upon Jill, who evaded the look with a casual shrug.
Better than being an easy, I suppose.
That was bad, and you should feel bad.
Anyone can feel a ghost. It's not unique to mediums. They just need to have a strong connection to you. Though maybe there's something about mediums that is different.
Yes.
Not that I know. Never really heard the term used outside of, like, fiction, history books and stuff. Like witches or something.
Gotcha. Tyrone watched in horrid fascination as Owen silently listened to the conversation, munching away at the pink cupcake.
Never thought it was a real thing.
Dad finally got you to talk. And hey, we're still on camera.
Yay! Tyrone shrugged as he finally took a bite of the cupcake.
Shit, this is actually really good.
Language. I like to keep my stream civil. Thank you very much.
What is this language that you speak of?
Well, you might have trouble with that depending on what we find. We're not exactly hunting Casper the Friendly Ghost here.
Casper, the friendly toast.
New rule. No more Casper jokes.
I can do that. So anyway, according to the file we got from Spook,
Agent Smith.
there are a bunch of reports of ghost sightings acting out deaths that differ sharply from the way they actually died.
Well then.
Spooky. Even for us.
So our mission is to find out why.
Right.
Gotcha.
The thing is, there's nothing historically supernatural about this town. In fact, before the sharp increase in sightings, it could be argued below average for such things.
I'm with you so far.
So,
A needle pulling thread.
is a powerful ghost is using portions of their psychic energy to forcefully awaken passive hauntings and then torturously re-kill them. The
Owie.
traumatic experience of this torturous re-death leaves the previously passive ghost in a loop which scares the poop out of people who see it. Thus, raising the ambient fear of the town and subsequently the ambient psychic energy.
Well
While
then.
the ghost stuck, mindless, in loops, this powerful ghost can feed upon the energy and become impossibly powerful.
Jill looked upon Tyrone with shock and awe, respectively, before Owen finally had his chance to swallow.
What are you even talking about, brah? That's the most convoluted. I just like. Whoa.
Yeah, but it could work, right?
Oh, totally, but you're 100% wrong.
Want to make a bet?
Yay, betting!
$100.
Jeez, Owen. How much cash do you have?
Done.
Why do you both just have like $500 to throw around?
Okay, now that we've already put money on the table, I'll tell you why you're wrong. The problem with your theory is that if you agitate a level 0 to a level 1, it might scare some people, but it's just as likely to burn out. And even powerful level 3 or 4 loops created by living beings dying rarely last very long without something feeding them. Chances are secondhand loops from passive ghosts won't last half that long.
Well then.
Neat plan, probably won't work.
Owen, we are not going to use your made-up leveling system for ghosts.
Owen began eating his second cupcake.
And don't just guess at things.
Well, the first things we need to investigate are the loops.
Loops. Like the lady who kept dying on repeat in the hospital.
Yup.
Those
Yappadoodles.
may not have actually been created purposefully, but the risk of psychic saturation or whatever is real. And most ghosts able to affect the real world are far different from Casper here.
I thought we agreed on no more Casper jokes.
Sorry.
Tyrone looked back to Owen as he neatly folded the empty cupcake box and dropped it into the trash.
Murdering people, its power can spiral upwards quickly, especially if it isn't bound to a single location. In theory, at least. I've never actually heard of it happening, but I also haven't seen much of the real actors behind the curtain.
Really?
You mean like Agent John Smith?
Yeah.
So he's a demon, right? Have you ever encountered a demon before?
My mother.
Once. Very different. Second worst case I ever worked. Third worst haunting. Anyway, we know what we need to look for. Do you want to search together, or is
phone?
So, I am actually going to end this episode here, mainly because I didn't realize the time, and I have to head out to work. So, I'm going to save, because we're going to figure out what we're going to do next time. That being said, if you enjoyed this episode, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and all you gotta do is keep on ranting. Hello, I am Peanut, and welcome back to Perceptions of the Dead 2. We are deciding whether or not we are going to split up to look for more of the suicidal ghosts. And I think we are going to split up.
The council has spoken.
Yay.
I'll be fine splitting up if you are. I mean, I travel with an entourage.
Good, because I prefer working alone. Honestly, it's nice not to have Tulip tagging along. No offense, Tulip.
Jill eyed her phone as the number of messages from the girl sharply ticked
I'm
upwards.
not sure the feeling is mutual.
Tyrone adjusted his hood, the motion seeming to blur his features, melding into the shadow of the odd garment.
Don't tell her I said that, though.
Tell him I heard that! Oh, no worries. I won't.
Call me if you find something. Owen, you watch your back.
Brah. No need to tell me.
Yes.
I know full well I'll suffer consequences if she's hurt.
What? Only worried about your own skin?
Tyrone left as Owen turned to her with a look of hurt on his face. Brah. Over the shoulder boulder holder.
So, if I know my Scooby-Doo, we need to start by searching for clues.
Any ideas as to where we're going to go, Shaggy?
Wow.
Brah, please. I'm clearly a Freddy. What kind of Freddy wouldn't have a plan?
I thought that was Velma.
I may have exaggerated the number of Scooby-Doo episodes I've seen. Point is, I think checking all the loops would be worth the time. If something is affecting that many ghosts, it's mobile. Meaning haunting a person or an object.
Maybe.
You can rule out an object, as that never works out well for the ghost.
Owen paused, looking to the phone containing
Almost
Tulip.
So, now we have to consider who might be haunted. If they're traveling to haunted sites, they'd have to be new to town, or this wouldn't have started so suddenly. And they'd have to be the type to be dumb enough to keep quiet about it.
Why would being quiet about being haunted be dumb?
Owen just rolled his eyes.
Okay, I'm with you so far, but what does that all mean?
That the music is too loud and I can't actually say
It's
anything.
obvious.
Yeah, totally.
Owen rolled his eyes a second time and broke into an explanation.
You only got one group of people that fits that list of traits.
Owen raised a finger with a grin to his face.
Yes, totally, of course. And they are...
I want to know the answer.
Teenagers.
You didn't need to say it again, you know.
Yeah, you
Here
did.
before we walked here.
No, he didn't.
Oh, did I? Sorry, bro. Still glitchy.
Oh, I am a jaw pup.
Teenager.
50-50. Either it is or it isn't.
You're still glitching if you think that's how percentages work.
Well, what do you want to do? Infiltrate the school?
That'll work for Jill. She looks like she could be in high school.
I'm not sure if that's a compliment or an insult.
Given my opinion of you, I'm sure you can solve this mystery.
Ha ha ha, so funny.
Philip's just mean to
I
everyone.
suppose I can try. Owen, can you go potato?
It's morphin' time. Form of potato.
That is not how Power Rangers work.
Do you think the Hauntee will be able to see you in potato form?
Oh, Toadsprawl, it's because the spectral energy radiate.
Good. Depending on how closely our ghost or whatever it is, assuming Owen's logic is right, maybe we can get lucky and catch them reacting to you before we... Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
Head back to campus right now. And you! What are you doing near a school zone?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Well
I
then.
was just looking for someone and ended up wandering here on accident.
Mm-hmm. First we get reports of a cultist-looking weirdo in a hood, and now we get Rainbow Bright over here?
Rainbow Bright. That's so 80s.
Wait a minute. You're Jill Count.
Okay, this is getting weird. I'm not that famous. I'm not, right?
Absolutely.
No, sorry. Never heard of you before I came to this school, but the kids here love your ghost stuff.
Well
Best
then.
thing I've seen since Marble Hornets. I admit I prefer the operator over the nulls, but yeah, your stuff ain't bad. You're bigger than log and pole for the kids around here, though.
Well then.
Speaking of which, why are you here?
Tell her the truth.
Truth is, I'm looking into a haunting of some sort that may be following a kid on campus.
Policewoman stopped her eyes, suddenly locked on Jill's
Oh
phone.
shit. Are you filming now?
Yes, actually. Also, language.
You don't say. That might explain a few things. I'm going to assume you've done the right paperwork and aren't just abusing the poor girl.
It's a clue.
The policewoman shook her head and then took a deep breath.
Getting in character. Getting in character.
Well then.
Funny you should mention that. There's a girl who has been having trouble recently. She got caught doing some urban exploration. Following your example, no doubt. Yeah, she's probably the one you're looking for.
Well then. A moment of silence hung as Jill waited for more. Realizing it was the woman who was waiting, she spoke.
Great. Good. Thanks.
That was fun. I haven't done film work since college. Think I'll show up in the final cut?
The footage is clean, so probably.
Almost definitely.
Yay!
Nice!
Mind if I go?
No, not gonna let you on campus during school hours.
That makes sense. My bad.
Yeah, not a problem. Glad I didn't have to argue with you over it. You'd screw yourself over with any footage you got anyway, and having to blur all the kids' faces and stuff. Also, you might want to swing by the office and officially receive permission to film on campus if you plan to.
Well
Just to
then.
make sure there aren't any issues.
Wow, thanks for all the help.
Sure, anything for a fellow artist.
Then, with a look to the side to think, the police officer pulled out a card.
Call me if you have any problems. Or if you need an officer for future shoots.
Sweet.
I adore horror stuff.
Yay! A cop with horror fans. Jill took the card.
Also, that balloon thing is terrifying. I thought it was CGI in the videos, but you have great practical effects.
Jill's eyes widened as she followed the woman's gaze to Owen.
Thanks.
The officer left, Jill still stunned.
Owen, you shouldn't be visible to normal people, right?
Dude, what are the chances we meet someone else who can see ghosts?
50-50.
We need to come up with another way in.
Oh, brah. I got us the hookup.
I am already not looking forward to this.
Do. Loading.
I can't believe we're doing this here.
Dude, only place with the privacy.
The
Maybe.
privacy of a booth?
How's the food? Anything I can get you?
No, not at all. Thank you.
Give the chef my compliments on that stuffed potato. It was perfection.
I'll pass on the kind words.
Yay! Potatoes eating potatoes.
That's like cannibalism.
Hey, that's gonna be my joke.
You should start the ritual.
Buttermilk biscuits. Fine.
Jill began to squirt ketchup, drawing the pattern Owen had showed her earlier.
This is so ridiculous. Shouldn't this be done in blood or at least chalk?
Why?
Jill only rolled her eyes and placed her hands to either side of the plate.
What do I say?
Words don't really matter. It's all about the mental discipline. That said, I always spoke in Latin.
Ia fetagen. Ia fetagen.
Is she reciting Tyrone's phone number?
What?
It's from Lovecraft? Is it irony that Tyrone loves Lovecraft when Lovecraft would not have exactly loved him? Or is that just
He's
coincidence?
100% true. There was no chance to answer as the seat beside Owen was suddenly filled with a tall, thin teenager.
I'm back.
Oh, I didn't see you come in.
She placed a sundae in front of Owen, whose eyes grew wide with delight.
Compliments of the chef.
Yay! A free ice cream! Owen followed the waitress's thumb to the counter where a woman with the eruption of black curls tucked inside a hairnet winked at him.
Wow. I'd say I gave her my number, but I'm between friends at the moment. I only have my work number. So, tell her she's cute.
Well then, the waitress laughed into her hands.
Really? Isn't she a bit old for you?
Miss, I'm 40-something.
The waitress's eyes bulged and she quickly stepped away.
See, that's what I want. I'm in my 20s.
Tulip snatched away Owen's sundae and began to dig in.
Hey.
Tyrone can't see me as anything but a little kid.
Nah, brah, it's not your looks. It's your attitude.
Owen pulled the sundae back as Tulip glared.
Weird, eating. I keep waiting for it to fall through.
That'll last as long as Jill can maintain it.
Well, I don't even know what I'm maintaining, so don't expect much.
What is she doing?
Her best, brah.
Well then.
Wow, Owen, you are really starting to get with the times.
All I know is that Tulip is cute.
Modern memes and everything. Anyway, now we have our teenager. Let's go smuggle her into school.
For the last time, I'm not a teenager.
Well, she is still
Excuse me, miss?
angry enough to be a
What's
teenager.
Teenager for you.
Dang it, did one get past me?
Maybe.
I'm sorry, Miss Count. I'll bring her to the office and figure out where she's supposed to be.
Please, it's Jill, and I'm so sorry about showing up and causing such a disruption.
You couldn't have known.
I could have known if Spook had told me. I'm sure he knew.
Well then.
You look like a sophomore. Did you escape when Mrs. Gooseberry was having you run laps?
I am not a sophomore.
Definitely a junior then. Come on now. Let's get you to the office.
Well then.
Oh, and she dropped her phone.
Owen stepped forward and handed phone to Tulip, who seemed as confused by the item as the officer of his sudden arrival.
You say thank you too, girl.
Thank you, Owen.
You're welcome, brah.
So Tulip made her way into the school. Yay, story time with Peanut.
Jill, ask Owen, where do you get this phone?
Use proper capitalization and spell out the words or else.
You've been spending too much time with Jill.
This is Jill. That's my phone.
Owen pickpocketed mine.
Tulip nearly threw the phone across the room.
Babe, I don't want to get trapped in it again.
It's probably fine. 50-50. Anyway, now's not the time.
Now they're just messing with each other.
Go find the girl.
Noise came from within the office, though Tulip could only hear half the discussion.
She's right out there. What do you mean, think she's not one of ours? I don't care that she might not be. I care that you don't know. Look, you better figure out where she's supposed to be. You've got her name.
A moment later, the officer came out looking miffed.
Kid, here's my number. Call me if they don't sort you out, but I gotta go do roll calls to make sure no one else ran off.
Tulip barely had time to look at the number on the card before her attention caught on the door to another office opening. Counseling room, read a plate above the door. Rachel didn't respond, just looked past the man with haunted eyes. Tulip knew those eyes. She followed that gaze into the confines of the office, but there was nothing in what little she could see of it.
We made a lot of progress today. Don't worry, things will get better. Miss, with the teal shirt,
Tulip started.
could you walk Rachel back to class for me? I'll see that you'll not be reprimanded for stepping away if you're about to see the principal for something. It would mean a lot to me.
The man winked and gave a genuine smile.
I suppose I could do that.
Thanks. I don't like walking alone.
No big deal, just lead the way, I guess.
As the two stepped out of the waiting room, the door clicked shut and the hairs on the back of Tulip's neck rose. She felt it familiar and horrifying and could not help herself but turn to see. The lights dimmed one after another in the distance of the hallway.
Fudge.
I like fudge.
I found her.
He's getting excited. Oh god. No.
Then the girl turned to Tulip, tears already in her eyes.
You're dead too, aren't you? You have to run.
Huh.
He won't kill me. He needs me for...
Tulip looked into the void beyond the girl's empty, fearful stare.
Oh, wow, that sounds abusive as fuck.
Tulip's hands closed around Rachel's arm. Rachel's eyes grew wide.
No. Oh god. No. Oh no. He's been looking for someone like you.
Stay and
You
fight.
can fight him. Jill has pictures of glyphs in the photo gallery.
Shut up, Owen, you crazy bastard! Language!
Tulip broke into a run. Rachel felt so light dragging behind her, she must have weighed almost nothing. Was she perhaps dead too?
He's here.
And with those words, all the lights cut out at once. Tulip didn't hesitate as she pulled out the phone, turning the brightness to max, not immediately seeing a flashlight app.
Rachel, I need information. Who is it?
I don't know.
Any ideas? Where did you meet him? Does he have an accent?
What? Why would that matter?
This isn't the first time I've gone ghost hunting. Information is key.
Tulip chose not to mention that in the past she had always been at Tyrone's side and never alone.
I think he's Dr. Bernard Fleming. He was some rich guy a long time ago who had a mansion that got mostly burnt down and abandoned.
Figures. It's always an evil rich guy.
Yes!
Brought out the whicheverly friendly ghosts. So, what's he doing?
Because they're Scrooges.
He made me bring him to all these places. I think they were haunted. He did things to the other ghosts there. I didn't want to, but he told me he would kill me if I didn't.
Well
He
then.
says they need to suffer so he can get stronger, so he can leave me.
Tulip grimaced. It kind of sounded like maybe Tyrone was right.
Sorry to tell you this, Rachel, but most of what he told you were lies.
Then that means we're safe.
Nope, they were lies. He's clearly manipulating the real world now, which sucks. We need to get to my, friends, I guess. They can help. Wait a sec.
Tulip turned the blaring brightness of the phone to her face and began dialing. For a moment, the screen flickered.
What an interesting phone you have.
That's not a creepy smile at all.
Was not far off. But I'm not quite to the point where I can cut flesh. Convenient that you...
Tyrone! We're at school! Help!
The phone went black.
That was rude. No reason to be uncivilized.
The phone flew true straight out at the man's face. Fingers closed around it as delicately as were he pinching the wings of a butterfly. He tossed it aside.
Your fear is so strong. I can almost taste it.
That's delicious.
Such a strong spirit. Almost alive. Why are you so afraid? Haven't you already died once?
A knife slid from within his sleeve into his hand. Tulip lurched away but stumbled, falling to the ground as a casual arc of his arm left a line of red across her shoulder.
You cut so much better than any of the dead I've met in this town. They were barely whispered echoes of the life they once were. You're still shouting loudly, proud atop your hill of a life.
Well then.
What? Are you a poet?
I'd like to think so. I'm an artist, if nothing else. Though my favorite medium is flesh.
This dude is weird.
I've got plenty.
The fist that struck the man was nearly as big as his head. The lights came back as he stumbled, and standing tall, clutching an old flip phone, was the policewoman.
Jill called me.
In the air, there hung a long and thoughtful pause as Fleming slowly pushed himself up on the floor.
These aren't practical effects, are they?
Tulip flickered, death marring her visage for a moment, letting the woman see.
My grandmammy for this. She always told me I had a strong spirit.
Ba-dum-bum.
Didn't think she meant ghosts, though.
I'd say it's above average.
Woman dares to strike me.
The policewoman threw another blow, her hand passing through the man harmlessly as he disappeared.
God dang it!
He's still here.
Okay, what do I do?
Tulip rushed to Jill's phone, surprised to find it's pristine and on.
We have people who can actually deal with him incoming.
I did not mean to do that. But apparently there's a shortcut to saving.
How do you suggest I do that? Should I chant a seance or something?
I don't know. Couldn't hurt.
Well then.
I don't actually know one.
Why did you offer?
Then she saw the blade across the officer's neck.
It will take a great deal of my energy to do this. More than I can reasonably assume to gain through the action. But do not presume I will not.
A second knife clattered to Tulip's feet.
Stop it. Cut it.
He didn't need to tell her what he meant. She froze.
Do not imagine for a moment I will not do it. This will cost me nothing more than time. Time is a resource I possess in the inn. And it is a resource this woman will quickly be without if you do not pick up the knife and cut.
Well, this is getting dark. The smile that burned across the man's face left ash in Tulip's mouth.
You've already faced the knife before. The second time should be nothing.
She reached down, taking the knife in her hand. The cold blade brought back visions and nightmares. I don't know which to do. Oh, fuck it. The pain and agony of a decade ago suddenly welled up inside her.
Shut up already. Kill yourself.
Kill yourself.
Go away.
Just go away.
Die.
Lord.
Probably likes it.
Everyone would be happier if you were dead.
Don't even bother. She's not worth it.
Save us all the effort and go die.
Well then. Tulip's heart beat like a trapped butterfly in her chest. Without any particular sound, he was gone. A paper football fell to her feet.
And that, Jill, is how one binds a ghost to an object. Obviously, not gonna last long before he reorients himself and won't work on anything level 4 and up. But it'll last until we get him to a safe spot to bleed out his energy and exercise him. Good glyph work, brah.
Are you all okay?
I'm not.
Rachel was eye-eyed and walking towards the paper football.
Whoa, don't touch it. He may jump back.
Owen picked it up and pocketed it.
Who you gonna call?
Copyright lawyers if you finish that joke.
Holy guacamole. It's all real, isn't it?
Nice PG swear in there. And yes.
Let's step outside. Bell's about to ring and I don't want a mob.
Wait, I mean, we came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Owen?
Asparagus.
Well then.
I still can't believe it's all real.
For obvious reasons, you know why you can't talk about it, right?
Yeah.
A phone began to ring, interrupting their conversation before it had even had the chance to really
One
get
moment,
started.
that's work. Yellow? Yes. Yes, of course, sir. Hello, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir, of course not. Sir, who is this? No, sir. No, sir. My apologies, sir.
Who do you think she's talking to?
Shh, I'm trying to eavesdrop.
Yes, sir, of course. I mean, please, sir. Yes, sir.
Well then.
I'm setting it to speaker.
Good afternoon, Miss Count. Wonderful work, as always. I would like you to be formally introduced to Officer Velvet, or should I say, Agent Velvet.
Well then.
Miss Velvet here will be joining our department. Welcome her, if you would. You may expense it. And once again, good work.
So...
Yeah.
I say we celebrate with customized cookies. My treat.
Owen, where are you getting this money?
Also, he said he could expense it.
Jill's not the only one getting paid, brah.
Well then.
I'm here! I came as fast as I could.
Oh, I feel woozy all of a sudden.
Is Tulip okay?
What the hell?
You only got one group of people that fits that list of traits. So now we have to consider there is no fate, not in love.
So I completed Undercover Undead. That being said, thank you for watching this episode. If you enjoyed this video, we're going to dive into the last campaign when I get the chance to. And like I said, always remember to keep on ranting.